Good morning, John.
Good morning.
How's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
Good.
Good.
Busy.
Yeah, been busy.
Yeah.
Started your own business
Yeah.
since the last time we talked.
Yeah. We kind of, I was working 7 on, 7 off.
Yeah.
Which is a lot of reason why between my schedule and your schedule is challenging sometimes with
Yeah.
the podcast.
Got way behind on the podcast, didn't we?
Yeah, way behind. And I know, I just keep people, I think some people might have almost gave up. It's like, no,
Right.
don't give up. We got some in the can. Some of them we got in the can probably so old now
Yes.
that...
Yeah. Irrelevant. So we'll
Start fresh. Here we go.
Fresh.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, I mean, there's no excuse now why we can't do at least one a week, just because.
Yeah.
Fortunate enough, got my own thing going, so I can.
Yeah. You'll be here in town.
Yeah, just here in town's a big thing.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I know we're busy, as busy can be.
Right.
Not complaining, but kind of.
Right.
Because my stuff's slacking at the house. I'm still working on that.
Is it? Yeah.
Always got something going.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's it obviously been a while since we've caught up with each other, so let's talk some hunting. Let everybody know how the season went.
I know we are. Well, we only got to hang out a little bit antelope because.
Yeah, very little. Huh?
Yeah, enough to have a nice meal. I slept in my blind, so.
You did. Yeah, that's right. By the way, yeah, we bought new blinds this year. Those double ones. Is that the one you slept in actually?
Yeah. Baronet.
Yeah. How'd you like that?
What was it? What's it called? It's Baronet blind. It's their.
I don't remember what it's called.
Dude, I'm gonna Google. I'm sorry. It is pretty badass for the simple reason you can have a party.
Right. It's huge. Huge.
I'm sorry.
It's basically two blinds. Sewn together is what it looks like, honestly.
Yeah.
But you could have a freaking recliner in there, I think.
You could. Oh, you can. Shoot. We did. Here we go, right here. No, let's see. Wait, sorry.
We're totally prepared, by the way.
Yeah.
Just for the record.
Gosh dang it.
Good. Anyway, yeah, so we bought these two blinds and thought we'd try them out. Go ahead, did you find it?
I just did. Yeah, I'll find it here in a second. There you go. The Beast.
The Beast. That's right. The Beast.
It was the Beast.
And it is a beast.
Shout out to them because they hooked us up pretty good, gave us a good discount, and yeah, I was super happy with just the room. I mean, when you got somebody else in there, and
right.
I took a buddy of mine, and,
yes,
and just plenty of room. I slept in it that time and had like a tent side or sleeping side, and then a hunting side.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
You just sleep on the. You could put a cot. You literally could. Put a cot in there.
What I did was I took, of course I always got the blanket on the bottom.
Yeah.
Took a few more pads or blanket type pad things, and then my big sleeping bag, which I got pretty good size, got plenty of room.
Yeah.
And plenty of room in there. Bigger ice chest, everything was kind of bigger. I had just in case. I had one of those 5-gallon buckets with a toilet seat on it.
Right.
Luckily.
That's a good idea.
But a lantern and dancing pole, talking parrot, and I had everything.
That's too funny.
But yeah. So when you're by yourself, there's really like playing. But even with 2 people, I mean, you're just so nice, especially filming. And,
yeah. Do you feel like? Did you find anything about yours that you didn't care for?
The only thing, if I were to criticize anything, the windows. I kind of like the non-zip up ones.
Yeah.
But when I shot my antelope, I didn't get it on film.
I did.
I know, and I probably would have, but this literally was the smallest. I went when I was in camp with you.
Yeah.
And the way kind of this year's antelope hunting went with other people and everything.
Yeah, we'll talk about that too.
Yeah, but when I did go back, I I just didn't have time because I think I just come back from guiding, and I was getting ready to leave to go elk hunting, and I still had work I had to get done before I could leave.
Mm-hmm.
So I just basically said, first buck that comes in, I'm going to shoot. And it was a small one, his smallest antelope I've killed, but he's probably like 10 inches or something like that. But I love the meat,
First
so we
one,
always talk,
100%.
and I wanted to get it done. It was hot out, so the way he came in, I didn't want to move the camera, but I was able to unzip. He's 22 yards.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to unzip everything without it spooking him. So
good.
Even though it is a zipper, and I guess they're not used to that.
Yeah.
It's probably the biggest thing. Wouldn't you agree?
I would. Just for clarification, they do come with shoot-through mesh, so you could leave them unzipped. From a filming aspect, you got to take that off.
Yeah.
The quality is just crap if you leave those up. So we always take those off. So you got to open and shut windows based on where the antelope's coming in at and stuff. So my opinion too is, and I love that thing. Well, I think I do. I'll tell you why, but I never got to even use mine. But rather than zipping, if they had and the zipping's fine if you're going to leave them shut. But if you're kind of moving them around as antelope are coming in, you want to be able to just, if it had like a hook that you could hook it up with. And
with elastic.
Yes, exactly. A lot more quiet. A lot easier to deal with when you've got all that going on. So.
But for the most part, it's probably used out east.
Exactly.
Where they do shoot through, maybe not filming, who knows.
Right, exactly.
But I know, like says, filming definitely makes a difference.
100%.
As a whole, I was super pleased. The room was just...
It was massive.
Yeah, just awesome.
Yeah.
To have that.
Yeah. So, anyway, I didn't get to use mine, like I stated a minute or so ago, but we had set it up on one hole, and then I had set my old one up on another hole. Well, Frank, that hunts with us a lot, only had a couple of days to hunt, and we felt like the hole the big one was on was going to be the best hole. So I said, just use my blind there. I'll sit in my old one.
Yeah.
And he ended up killing a buck right away, like 10 o'clock in the morning. So he'd only been there for like 3 hours or something. And then I killed one that same day off the hole I was in. So I never even got to use mine.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Yeah. But all in all, it held up to the wind.
Yeah. Which is something we were worried about,
yes,
actually.
Yeah, because it gets pretty windy out
big.
there.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, I did get a little bit beefier steaks just because of the wind.
Right.
Here again, I know that they're probably used to them not being in those conditions because, it gets windy is all I get out there sometimes.
Yep.
But mine still did hold up good.
Right.
Zippers were good and everything.
Yeah.
So.
No. Yeah, it was great. They
Maybe next year you'll get to use yours.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Get Frank to be out there longer than 1 day. 2 days, I guess. But.
Yeah, I was speaking about that. Let's start with spring. I guess you didn't really get the...
I did not bear hunt. So you're talking about bear hunting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, spring bear. Yeah, I didn't even
put
a bait out this year. I did. I went to Mexico instead with the family. And up to that point, I did a lot of shed hunting this year. I had a great season.
Yeah.
I was well on my way to finding over 100 sheds, and then Mexico happened, and I had to shut her down. But I still ended up with I don't know the exact number. It was mid 80s though, or mid to high 80s sheds this year, which was awesome. A lot more deer sheds than elk, for whatever reason. But yeah.
Did you try some new areas this year?
Yes, I did. Yeah, no, it's fun actually, but it takes more time. You're finding you got to figure out where they're hanging out the most and that kind of stuff, which was a challenge and fun, and found where the deer were hanging out for sure. Good. But the elk, some, not much, but I don't know, probably, I would say out of the 80 something, I probably only found maybe 20 to 25 elk sheds. So we got into a few.
Remy's doing good, huh?
Yeah, he's awesome. That kid, that's my dog, by the way, that I trained to shed hunt, and he had a great year. He's got it dialed now.
That's cool.
So super cool. The only disappointing thing is the bigger elk sheds, like he either does one of two things. He'll either just sniff them and keep walking because he doesn't want to pick them up. They're too big. Or what I do like is sometimes he'll find him and he'll just sit next to it until I get there.
That's okay.
Yeah, and that's awesome. I'll take that.
Almost pointing.
Time. It's almost the same thing. Yeah, he's a little German short hair, but yeah. So but the deer sheds, man, he's found deer sheds that I never would have found and brought them to me, which is nice. So
that's cool.
Yeah, so it's been pretty fun having him and having somebody go out there with me. It's been pretty cool.
Oh yeah. It was always nice for
exactly
to have something like that.
Yeah. So anyway, having said that, I did not. With all that going, I was right in the middle of bear season, and when it gets hit hard, you're having to bait it every 4 or 5 days for sure. Or maybe you can get away with a week, but we were going to be gone too much, and I just wasn't going to have time to do it. So, and then we had some shows that we were doing right at the end of the season. So I axed the bear hunt this spring, but you did not.
No, I was able to get out there and have a few different bears hitting it.
Yeah.
Had a buddy of mine, he'd never killed a bear before, so I told him if he helped me, he can hunt, and I gave him about a week, 10 days. Pretty much just said, hey, you just keep the bait going, gave him some bait and everything, keep it going and everything, just have at it. And
right.
he did, and ended up getting a shot and didn't connect. But I went out the following week, which was the last weekend. And, I'm usually pretty picky. I mean, you can only have so many bear rugs and stuff. I do like the meat. It's not my top as far as but I like the bacon and the pepperoni sticks and stuff. Those, those sweet chili sticks I get made. And so my daughter wanted some bacon. She asked if I was gonna get a bear for some bacon, so then I had to do it.
Right.
But I had just a good, solid bear come in.
Yeah.
And real, by far not my biggest, but I didn't care. And it was, it was the last weekend. I don't know if it ended on a Sunday. I think it did end on a Sunday, if I remember right. But I went up, and I was planning was go up Friday, hunt Friday evening. Saturday, I was gonna hunt in the morning, and then pull the barrel and everything off, camera and the whole bit.
Right.
And hunt Saturday evening, and then I know the next day was the last day, Sunday, now I remember right.
Yeah.
And then just leave Sunday. But hunt Saturday night with everything there but the barrel. Or, everything there was gone, would have been gone except for the barrel. And just pack that out Sunday morning. But as it turned out, I got there Friday and sat up, and I moved the blind. So we had set it a little farther out. It's 34 yards. And a couple of times my friend, he had the bear bust him. Where there was noise, scent, not 100% for sure, but it did bust him. So my pea brain, I decided I'm gonna move it. And so I did to 21 yards, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
And the bear came in, and I shot it for 34. I wasn't even thinking. Shot right over the bear.
Yes.
He had no clue though what happened, because he just put his head inside the barrel. And as you'll see on the video when it does come out, he just kind of pulled back and looked around. And now, of course, when you're that close, as good as their hearing is, it does kind of turn a little bit to panic mode.
Yeah.
But I was able to get another arrow knocked, and then that time was the right him.
Right. And it was a great video too. You got all on film, and that turned out really good.
But those things are so stinking quiet when they come in.
Yeah.
And I had just been looking up, and I'm playing solitaire. And
my favorite.
Yeah, I got my high score actually, literally, right before that. And I looked up around, nothing. Put my head back down and started playing another game. And then when I looked up, boom, there it was inside the blind, or in the barrel.
Yeah.
So, or right by the barrel. But just that quick and that quiet. And it was, how quiet it is when you get late like that. It was kind of nice though, because I shot them early enough. You're not out there in after dark, taking care of the hide and all that, or skinning it out, quartering it out. Got them all taken care of that night, and then Next day, I obviously had to pull everything the next day, which
Right.
took a couple hours is all.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
wasn't a real bad pack.
No, that's nice.
Yeah. We interrupt this probe.
Exactly.
There you
So we had some technical difficulties with the audio, so I have no idea if that first part of the audio was working or not. So if it wasn't,
Captions. You have to read the whole thing.
we'll use the audio off the cameras for the first part if that's happened.
Yeah,
And we'll
that's the
go
first
from there.
time I think we've actually had it. Yeah.
I've never had that issue before. I have no idea what happened.
Dude, it's probably dust.
You're probably
Like
right. I got to blow it off. Jeez Louise. Oh well.
I forgot what we were talking about.
Well, I think we're
Bear-
just
oh, yeah.
about done with bears, right?
Yeah,
Did you have anything
so
else you
yeah.
wanted to throw in there about that?
Yeah, the bear died, went about just a few feet, and then rolled back to the other side of the tree and died.
He literally rolled. Looked on the video. It looks like he just kind of ran around the backside of the tree and then came. I mean, barely made a
Like 10
circle
feet,
around the
like maybe
tree,
10 feet
and he
or
just died right next to the tree right
so
there.
you got the barrel on one side,
Yeah.
and the tree in the middle, and then the bear on the other side.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
So,
A
but
little graphic, but
it was a little graphic. I got to get some creative editing going on for that. I don't
just
know if
because he's
everybody else
dying there, I mean,
Yeah, you can see him.
But I mean, realistically, you know as well as I do, he's dead as fried chicken.
100%.
But it's just
He just doesn't realize it yet.
yeah. No, it hasn't at all.
Takes a while. Yeah,
Yes.
or it took a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, great bacon
Yeah.
and pepper sticks.
Nice.
Or actually sweet chili sticks.
That is what I like to do with the
Yeah.
bear meat too, is making that kind
Yeah,
of stuff.
I
out of
have, as you do too. I mean, even though in Idaho we don't have to keep the meat,
Right.
I cannot leave it.
it. Me either.
Yeah.
No, I can't
just
do
figured.
it. Yeah.
Even though I really not going to do anything probably with a hide. I've got enough.
Yeah.
I probably should just do like you did with some of yours and
Yeah.
And
just tan them. Just
but
throw them in a pot.
I don't know where I'm going to do. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going to put those. I guess.
Mine either. Mine are just laying in a closet in there, but I'll use them for like some photo shoots and stuff once in a while, or stuff
Yeah.
like that. I'll use them to lay stuff on. It's kind of cool
Yeah.
for that. But the skull will be cool to have, right?
Yeah.
Are you gonna did you boil that out?
Yeah, it's in the freezer.
It's in the freezer. Perfect.
The bacon's in there along with the hide and everything.
Right.
Yeah.
That's funny. What do you do?
Something with it.
Right.
But yeah,
No rush.
did a little bit of. I did go after went hog hunting, and just about got a hog. Was right on him, 20 yards. This is in Cali. Went to
In
Cali.
California? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And tried to get Vera to shoot turkeys, and she'd never hunted turkeys before.
Okay.
So she's got it figured out now, but by the time we figured it out, the way she was aiming and everything, my bad. Should have did a little more practicing,
Right.
or I should say, should have did some practicing.
Some practicing. Yeah. That's important.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
But got it figured out after the fact. So this next spring will be good, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I went to the first evening. I had a nice boar, 20 yards, just waiting for him to turn, and there was another couple smaller boars with him, and I don't know, for some reason they.
Huh.
I don't know if they smell. I don't think they smell me. But I
Yeah.
don't know.
Right.
But anyway, he just looked up and turned and didn't run off. Just walked off, steady walk.
Yeah.
So I didn't get a shot at him, and that's kind of focused on turkey and trying to get her a bird after that.
Sure.
And
Are you doing that again this year?
I think I'm
You guys
going in
go back?
January.
Oh, okay. Oh, soon.
Yeah, because Arizona went to as much as I was going there a couple of years ago, they went to kind of like Idaho. They go on sale, first come, first serve. And what they do is they take, from what I understand, I believe it's a whole statewide, not per unit. It's a whole statewide, whatever residents buy, they give the following year 10%. Don't quote me on that, but I
Okay.
think that's the way
I see.
it was explained to me. So it may vary how many tags from year to year.
Mm-hmm.
But I know a couple of years ago they sold out in half a day. Last year's 2 hours.
Jeez.
This year 38 minutes
Oh my.
or something like that. 38 minutes. So I had a buddy we were all trying to help each other, and he got a tag and I didn't. Curtis didn't. So we decided, because we want to go hunting in January, and we think we're going to go hunt with Perry Crimmins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
So just take like we normally would down in Arizona and just take it over there to the wall tent in a little bit. And got some.
That'd be fun.
Place. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a good idea. Have you talked to Perry already?
Yeah. He had invited me before to go and or us. If you want to go, you can too. But I had told him what, we didn't get air because we talked about the Arizona thing, and he said, just come on out. So
cool. Perfect.
That's my plan, is to do that. And be a good time to get away.
And that'd be turkey and
no, it'll just be hogs.
Okay.
Turkey don't start till March.
Turkey be later.
But I will be going back too, because I know that I think we might have got the last package of fish for fish tacos out last night. The last couple packages, so gonna have to go back and do some more fishing.
Yeah, on the coast.
Yeah.
Just that's a good idea.
Cod
right.
Yeah, and then probably do the turkey thing and hog hunting again.
Right. Cool.
And then bears and stuff.
Yeah.
And shed hunting and stuff.
Shed hunting. Yeah. It gets in my way a lot of stuff. I'm okay with it though.
Doing a little duck hunting and stuff.
We posted our Christmas tree bill. I built a antler. Our Christmas tree every year is built out of antlers of sheds that I've found. And one of the comments I posted on TikTok, one of the comments was, "Tell me you shed hunt without telling me you shed hunt." I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, it's cool looking.
Yeah, it's fun. It's become a family tradition. We've done. I think it's the 5th year we've done it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
It's bigger this year.
It's huge. Holy crud.
Yeah.
I'll try to remember to post a picture of it on here, but yeah, it's ridiculously large. So it's fun though.
Yeah. You gonna do any other hunting yet? Still?
There's one more. What's that?
You gonna try to get out for the deer hunt?
Yeah, there's one deer hunt that's still open. My tag's good for. I was thinking about doing it today, but I honestly have so much other stuff that I got to get done on my days off that I didn't go. It's open for 2 more weeks, I think. So I'll make it out once for sure, just to see. It's a winter range hunt, so
I'm trying to get out too if I can.
Yeah.
They are so busy.
Right.
And I got between bear and antelope and an elk.
You got plenty of meat?
Yeah. Got a fair amount.
You do. I do not. I had shot an antelope, and then that was it. We tried a new area for deer. One of the areas I shed hunt, and found a lot of pretty nice deer sheds in there. So I thought, you know what? I know it's a winter range thing, but I thought maybe last week, October, I'd go in there and see if any had moved in there yet. And they had not. So I spent 5 days out there and didn't even see a single deer. So that was a total bust. But I knew that this late hunt was open, so it wasn't,
And you also knew what you're getting into because you just never know.
Exactly. Yeah. So
I had a new area for elk this year. Different units. Never been there. Had all the intentions of getting out there, doing a bunch of scouting, blah, blah, blah. My buddy that I hunted with, Corey, he did some scouting. And my nephew went out there and scouted a little bit too. But, you're hunting a new area. I mean, especially if you're like in July or early August, where there might be in September, it could be a different deal.
Yeah.
And it was. And we spent a few days in a few different units to finally figure out kind of what we were hoping for.
Right.
And I was fortunate enough to connect.
That's good. That's awesome. Yeah, I hunted an old area that I hadn't hunted for a few years for elk this year, and worked out really well. I had 3 different opportunities. One of them was on a really nice bull, and one was on the smaller 6-point and then a raghorn. And I blew all 3. I blew it all 3 times. So I did have my opportunities for sure, but I just couldn't.
You really blew it, or did
No, I blew it. Yeah, one the big bull. He was screaming right in the bottom, and this creek bottom that we were Frank and I were walking up the trail, and I don't know if I was getting out in front of Frank because this bull was just popping off, and I was following the tree line, quickie patch. I was right on the edge of it on a trail, and then I dipped in when I thought I was close enough, and he hadn't bugled for a minute, so we weren't sure just the terrain where he was exactly. Well, as soon as I dipped all the way in there, and it was literally like, if I'd have been close enough, I couldn't have shot. It was dark. It was still too dark to shoot.
in the morning?
In the morning, yeah.
but it was close. Like, and then I was taking my stuff off, getting ready, because I knew he was close, and I looked up, and he was standing like 150 yards away from me, staring into that patch. So I'm pretty sure he saw me walk in there, but he stayed there, and he kept screaming, and Frank was calling behind me, and he was screaming and stuff. But then he had, I don't know, 9 or 10 cows with him, and they just started walking out the backside, so he turned and just went with them and walked up the hill. So I don't know if we could have pulled him off of there. I was really hoping there might have been a satellite bull with him that came to us, but there weren't any, which was weird. There was one Spike, but he was kind of hanging out with the cows and stuff. But
Lost calf calls.
I know. We talked about that afterwards, and why I didn't think about it at the time. That's probably what I should have done.
That killed a couple bulls for me this year with guiding myself. That's what did it.
Yeah.
We had that one bull, the bull that hunter killed. Nice bull, 360s. But that's all I did was just a couple of lost calf calls and threw him around, and he come right in and just sitting there 32 yards till he took a shot and just slobbering, making all kinds of cooing noises.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool. Pretty cool for the hunter to experience that.
No
too.
Kidding. That is awesome.
Finally gave him a shot and he whacked him.
Huh. That's awesome. Yeah, the other 6-point bull I had seen them go in. I actually saw a smaller bull go into a timber patch first thing in the morning, and I kind of sat there because I knew they weren't going to come out till that evening. So about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I made my way down there and started cow calling a little bit, and they came out, and they were not super interested in the cow call, but they were walking to me. I cow called once after I could see them again, and they just looked up and then started feeding again, and then just started walking to me, and they were probably 100, and again, about, I don't even think they're 150 yards out, that 6-point, and then the smaller raghorn. And all of a sudden, there were 4 raghorns right behind me, and they winded me, and they took off running. And so once they took off running, it alerted those 2, and they were gone too. And I feel like those 2 would have fed into shooting range super easy if those. I have no idea where those other ones even. I mean, they'd heard me calling and were coming to the call.
Yeah.
But I have no idea where they came from, because it was just a big sagebrush hill behind me that I had walked down. So I know they weren't there. I don't know how they got to where they were at. I was right at the top of the timber pocket. I'm not sure, but they were right freaking on me almost,
Really?
And yeah, but so that screwed that up. What do you do?
It happens.
Yeah.
Another humbling experience.
Yes. me and archery elk are not friends.
No?
I get close so many times, and for whatever reason, I just don't close the deal many times. So, it is what it is.
That makes you want to keep after it, though.
It does. Yeah. I think you're right, though. The lost calf calls probably.
It's something that I think that
a lot of people are using.
Well, yeah, and I mean, and you think about it, cows are always going to respond to it,
right, for
the most part.
Right.
Where a lot of times, if it's an aggressive cow call or just those lead cows, they're pretty protective of the herd.
Right.
And if they feel threatened at all, anyone who's elk hunted for very long has had to have experienced this.
Absolutely.
Where you are cow calling and the cows run off with a bull. And more times than not, that's what it is that lead cow just doesn't like what she hears or anything but, maternal instincts.
Right.
They're paternal, whatever the word, yeah.
Sure.
The mom.
Yeah, there you go. Maternal, yeah, that sounds right.
They're gonna want to respond to that, or they're gonna respond to it.
Yeah, that's true.
And the bull I killed was chasing a cow, and that's all I did is they come out from watering, and I did a couple cow calls or calf calls, lost calf calls, and oh my gosh, man, did she just come running in, mewing away, and the bull was right on her. Mistake.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wish I could make a mistake. Do you use decoys? Have you ever used decoys?
Yeah, I've used that butthead decoy.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
from Carlton.
And honestly, I wish I'd have had it this year a couple times with me because I took it with me, but I forgot the stake.
Yeah. Done that.
And so I would have used it more for sure.
Right.
Where we were hunting definitely would have been a great area for that.
Yeah.
And of course, I found the stake about 3 weeks ago. I was getting some
Did you?
duck decoys down. Yeah, I found them. Anyway,
That's
but I
awesome.
know where it's at now, and so at least I know where it's at.
Right.
But I think about it next year. I put it with my other hunting stuff.
Yeah. That's
So,
a good idea.
yeah.
Keep them together, maybe.
Keep it together. Yeah.
Yeah. I think they actually have it. Doesn't he have a pouch? I think there is a pouch for that. Like a little Velcro thing. You slide it in.
Yeah.
Is there
it's
not?
in the back. You stand
so-
it up and it goes in there and
Yeah.
it locks in.
No,
there.
I mean to store it. A storage
Oh.
thing. I think it does.
Might be.
I think there is. You should use that.
Yeah. Probably should. Only got 3 of them.
Kill myself.
I still actually have one of the prototypes.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I'll keep that forever. And I
Yeah.
got one that Wayne signed.
That's cool.
I won't use that one, but then I have one that I use.
Yeah. That's funny.
Next year, probably, now that I know where the stake is,
Right.
I'll remember it.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, there's definitely times where they want to see something. If you're hunting wide open stuff,
Absolutely.
you get back in the trees a little bit.
Yeah.
Remember that one video, the vault video, when I was hunting with Craig up
Yeah.
when he had that tag?
Yeah.
Man, that one bull standing right there in front, just drooling.
Yeah.
Waiting for her to make another noise.
Right.
But,
That's pretty cool.
yeah.
Huh.
So, anyway, other than that, doing a little bit of duck hunting.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how's that going? You started again, like you haven't hunted, right?
Yeah, when that was kind of my son's passion, and
Yeah.
after he passed, I kind of just lost kind of interest in it. Even though I'd done it for a lot of years.
Right.
Grew up doing it,
Yeah.
like a lot. The area where I grew up in was a lot of duck hunting. But kind of lost it a little bit. I went with some of his buddies a few times.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, where we live now, down by the river, it's so close.
Right.
That
Pretty
finally
convenient.
this year I decided, I'm going to start doing some, and 7-minute walk from my house.
Yeah.
So I can just walk out
That's
out to
awesome.
the river to the blind. And,
Right.
And got a dog, that
Yeah.
old large Marge.
Yeah.
I bought her a double X, one of those neoprene vests,
Yeah.
2X.
2X, huh? A little
It
thick.
fits.
That's awesome.
But it's one of those, it's not, it's like, so Marge's got to lose a little bit to fit better, but
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe a seasonal helper.
yeah.
So have you been out much yet?
Yeah, I went out a few times. I actually took my son-in-law out, first time he ever duck hunted.
Oh, good.
Killed a couple ducks.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And then I went a couple other times. It's bluebird weather. The northerns aren't in.
Right.
I wasn't expecting much. It's just nice to get out there. I know it's cold or whatever, but
Right.
you're out there in the outdoors.
Exactly.
And I mean, it's funny how the killing is great and everything, but really just like getting out there is like, for me,
Right.
it's like just fun.
Exactly.
I almost went yesterday, and then I'm still trying to get a few things done around the house for the holidays and everything. Just gonna take the dog out, and then I decided to sleep in instead.
It's good. Good choice.
Yeah, yeah.
It's always a good option.
The northerns, I'm thinking, are going to be hitting pretty soon.
Yeah, we can get some weather.
Yeah, I'm going to get some weather. But I'm kind of glad because I still got some work outside I need to get done for work.
That's true.
So
yeah.
I'm kind of not really like,
Yeah.
it is cold.
It can
but-
wait, right?
Yeah,
The
like
weather.
if we could get about another 2 weeks of not, then it could snow.
Yeah.
I get all the wood cut and everything that need to get done, and plus
Right.
these jobs dried in and everything, I'll be happy, boy.
Yeah, for sure.
Then I
Cool.
can turn on in.
Right.
But I mean, I haven't bought a new gun for a while. I bought a new gun and bought new waders and
Nice.
stuff to do that.
Right.
So we'll have to go sometime.
Yeah. Okay, so what were we talking about now? Duck hunting.
Duck hunting. Yeah. I've been doing some duck hunting.
Yeah.
So-
Yes, you have. And I want to someday.
Have you ever?
Oh yeah, I used to duck hunt. Well, not a lot. I've never done it a lot. In fact, I've probably filmed more duck hunts than I've actually duck hunted myself.
Gotcha.
So, which was a lot of fun. And then, of course, when they'd get done, tag out, then I would get to shoot some ducks that way. But yeah, it's fun. It is a lot of fun. Duck
Yeah.
and goose hunting both.
Yeah.
But I keep saying I want to get back into that or get into it more, but every year I don't do it. So some year I will. Maybe when I retire, I'll have more time.
Honestly, the convenience of it being just so close makes it just even more like fun.
Right.
Because, it's just
Right.
right there.
Yeah, that's true.
I just got to beat. It's public land. I got to go cross private, obviously. And I was fortunate enough to get, because I got about a 300-yard buffer between me and the river, a little bit over 300 yards. But just, it's been 3 years and I finally got permission to go across.
Nice.
Talk to the right person or whatever.
Right.
Got permission to go across and that just makes it that much easier.
Yeah, for sure.
I could go on it no matter what, but I'll either have to kayak or
Oh, I see.
take a boat or whatever. And the water's, it's perfect for kayak, but it's, what a pain
Right.
in the dark
Exactly.
with decoys and the dog and the whole bit.
Yeah.
The dog's not that big a deal because they
Right.
can swim, but just kind of a pain. And
Sure.
I just hate that. I've done it, but tipping over. You know what I mean?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Things can go
Stuff
wrong.
happens, right?
Yeah.
So
Hit a rock and yeah.
true.
So yeah, I'm glad that worked out.
Mm.
So we can go anytime.
Yeah, and we should. Someday we will.
Yeah.
Anyway. Well, what do you think?
Good little.
Get back into it thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got some guests lined up. They're pretty excited about coming up.
Yeah.
Won't mention no names yet. But
Right. Yeah, until we actually get them. So
Yeah.
that'll be good.
Yeah. For sure, we'll have to keep going. I'm down, as long as you are.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's been a long time and something we enjoy doing. It's
Yeah.
So we'll get back on it.
Yeah. Sounds good.
For sure.
Alrighty. Well, appreciate you guys watching.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Smash this up.
Subscribe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that always helps, man. We do this, we don't get paid to do it, obviously. So hopefully we give
How
you guys
people
some.
think we make tons of money and everything.
Right?
Yeah, no.
No. Yeah. But hopefully we're giving you some good information that you can use, some of it. And just good stories.
Yeah.
That's all we got.
That's what you got. All right. Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
See ya.
See you next time.